Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing: single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we check in with Steve to see how he will own the ABV Barrel Shop as a behind-the-scenes owner.
Yeah.
My name is Miss Becca Sue. Please join me in welcoming Steve Akeley, as well as our special guests, Adam Stump, Luke Cotero, and Justine Mays.
Hey gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hey, everybody.
Hey-oh. So yeah, things are a little bit different at the ABV Barrel Shop. We'll talk about that and what that looks like today and what it's going to look like in 6 months. We're doing some things that are doing a little bit different today than we'll be doing in 6 months. And I'll talk about that and how it plays into me working a little bit more behind the scenes than in the past. So, I've been a hands-on owner, been at the shop quite a bit, especially since Jim Fosnot died in May of 2024. I've been there basically full-time ever since, and we'll talk about what my role will look like now and in the future as well. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, though, Adam said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, sir?
Yeah, I'm wondering, so you walk into a casino,
Okay.
you have all these options of games you can go play. You have to choose one. What is the first game you walk to? Is it slot machines, poker rooms, blackjack? What is it? Just curious.
Okay. I'll go first. I very different than I used to be. I used to be really into gambling and stuff like that. We would go to Vegas like 4 times a year, and we had a budget. We'd pretty much stick to that, but it was, more robust then. I just went to Vegas recently, and I'm very much a low roller at this point. I start thinking of, damn, I just lost, $25 there. That's a tiki drink. Damn it. And so I started my whole life is based on how many tiki drinks I've lost, and I get very frustrated. So I used to, blackjack would be the first place I would have gone back in the day. I don't really play that anymore because it's too high a stakes. It's, probably these days, unless things are slow, where you can get a $5 or $10 table, it's mostly $20, $25 tables. So the thing I play, and when I go to Vegas, I'm like, I feel like I got to play something because maybe I'm just lucky and do that. So I'll set a very low budget. Like my whole budget is like $100 on the whole trip, and I'll just play that in video poker. And if something hits on that $100, so be it. If I run through it all, hey, that's what I've allocated for it. I've allocated 4 tiki drinks, and that's all I'm willing to lose on the whole trip. So yeah, 4 tiki drinks is it. That's my max that I'm willing to lose. Yeah.
Fair.
Anyone else?
That's good discipline.
Yes.
I tend to find $5 to $10 slot machine.
Okay.
And I have my limit as well. It's 500, and
it's a good amount. On that size, if you hit, you hit. On a $5 or $10 machine, if you hit, it's going to be pretty good. So
yeah. So, but I'm okay if after that $500 limit, if I haven't hit, I'm good. I'm
not going to dig into my pocket again and be like, oh,
right.
Well, another 500 or in my case, another 100. No, you're just chasing, bad money after more bad money. So yeah, no. How about you, Justine?
I specifically look for the Wonder Woman machine.
That's what you're playing, the Wonder Woman stuff.
And then if the casino that I'm at doesn't have the Wonder Woman machine, then I'll just find some other slot machine. But I usually only have, I'm not a big gambler. I don't have real good luck at that. I had good luck on the Wonder Woman machine. That's why I always look for it.
Okay.
But I usually only go in there with like couple $100.
And that's it then, yeah.
And that's it.
I used to have good luck watching Wonder Woman when it was first run. That was a great show. It was jiggly. It was like, yeah, because Wonder Woman would have to run after people. It was nice when she was running. Wonder Woman running.
He was my idol when I was a kid. I always wanted to be Wonder Woman. Then we went the only time I've ever been to Vegas was for my friend's 40th birthday. And like I said, I only had a couple $100 that was like specifically earmarked for gambling. And I lost like all but $25 of it, like the second day we were there.
Oh, geez.
And then we went into like the old part of Vegas.
Yeah.
And I played the Wonder Woman machine and won back everything that I lost. And so I was like, sweet.
Okay.
She's now my good luck
You're
charm.
lucky. Yeah.
All right. Becca, how about you? What are you playing? You go to a casino?
My first game I go to is those tabletop ones that are at the bar,
Oh yeah, those are fun.
because that's the first place I go when I'm at the casino.
Sure.
I walk up and I sit down and order a drink, and then they've got those super annoying machines sitting right in the way of where you're trying to drink at. And so I put in like maybe $5 or $10, and I usually go over to Keno because I have no idea what I'm actually doing, but it seems like I'm going to just click on all my favorite numbers and numbers of people's birthdays.
Okay.
And I do that, and I don't understand when I win. I don't really understand what I'm doing. I've never won at Keno before.
Right.
But usually I just put in like $5 or $10 into that, and then I pay for my cocktail.
Okay.
And then I'll kind of look around, and I'll turn around and get another drink. No,
Sure.
I don't really gamble too much. So like I might put like tops $20 maybe into some sort of like, I like the machines you can still pull the lever even if it's
Right.
even if it is like fully like video, like all those things. I still like to pull. I don't like to just sit there and like hit the button.
Right.
Like I feel like one of those dogs that's learned how to like get treats by hitting a button.
Yeah.
Like I want to at least be able to pull the lever. It makes me feel like
Feels like you get some action.
It feels like there's luck involved when you pull the
Right.
lever.
I agree with you. Yeah.
And so I'll usually start by putting like $5 in, then then I lose the $5, and then I put another $5 in that, and then I lose that, and then I put $10 in, and then I lose that, and then I go, that was $20.
Right. That's almost a tiki drink. Almost.
Yeah. And so then I give up. So
Yeah.
I don't even
4/5 of a tiki drink.
I almost never, I don't think I have, but I very rarely ever reach the $100 mark when it comes to gambling. I'm just not
Yeah.
it's not my thing. I'd rather spend
not my thing either.
I'd rather spend it on cocktails or like,
Right.
doing some food, like just doing something else.
Going to the Evil Knievel Museum.
Yeah, the Evil Knievel Museum.
Yeah, that was awesome. I went there. It was great.
Like I would just rather spend it on cocktails, experiences, or like shopping for something.
Right. Yeah. Buying something for me.
Yeah,
that
I'd
type of
rather
thing.
like just buy Steve something. A present.
Adam, how about you, man? You asked the question.
Nothing electronic. My conspiracy theorist ass can't like trust any
Okay.
of that.
All right.
Like they could somehow rig that.
Okay.
Just because I remember something when I first time at the casino, my dad told me a line I'll never forget. He's like, just remember, somebody has to pay for all the light bulbs in this place. And I was like,
Right.
oh, like that one's
Yeah.
hard. But I go to the blackjack table and they pump the oxygen into those rooms for people like me. I would sit there all night and all day long if
Really?
bars weren't there to drag me out, for sure.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Are you a good player? Are you splitting at the right time? All that kind of stuff.
I know the rules, the statistics, all that stuff. I can do math, but
Rain Man.
no, not. It's
Right.
definitely not. Killed way too many brain cells. But it's a game you can sit there and play for a long time, and you'll go plus, you'll go minus on like your money sitting in front of you that you put in. But it's
Right.
one you can play for a long time without being in too deep. You know what I mean? So for like
Right. But what
dollars and
happens? Okay, you
coins, it's a
sit
good.
down. You sit down, and I don't know what your stakes you're playing. What kind of stakes are you playing?
I'll
Per
usually sit on the $200-$300. Like that's a
no,
start.
no, but I mean, what's sort of per hand? Is you looking at a
Oh,
$20 table, fifty
like
dollar table, $100 table?
no, like I'll start at like I mean $10 to
Okay.
$25 table and
So
just
you
like build
start
my
at $10 to
character.
$25. You all of a sudden you look over it and you've built it up to 400. Do you leave, or you're like, hey, I'm really going to kill it tonight. This is going to be a $4,000 night, or are you the type to walk away with a quick win? Be like, man, I just turned the $100 that I started with into 400. I'm out of here. What's your thoughts on something like that?
Stay.
Stay.
100%
When
stay.
when would be the get out time? Is there a get out time, or is it more just a
When
hey,
Laura
when
says.
Laura comes and gets you? Is
That's
that
right.
is that
Yep.
that's it?
You
So
got it.
you
You got it.
you just stay there, and whatever happened. If you end up being hugely up or down or whatever it is, it's Laura's making the call.
Yep, you got it.
Okay, okay,
The end.
I
all right.
will say the one game that I think is the most fun that you can get sucked into super easily, especially if you're like drunk at a casino, and you're having like a lot of fun with your friends, is roulette. Like
Oh yeah,
that is a fun one.
it's
We
a
have
slow burn too. I
back
mean, it
in
takes a
in
while to
North
play the game.
Dakota, we
Yeah.
have pig wheel instead of roulette,
Big wheel.
and it's on the wall
I do
instead.
tell.
Okay,
And there's four different pigs on the table and on the wheel. Not actual pigs, but pictures. Like
right,
they all have like names. It's like Sue and Blue and like and it's all different names for these four different pigs. And so you can bet on like, and then there's also like numbers and like there's red and black as well. But you can also just like bet on the pigs. You can bet on like all pigs or just on this pig or other pig. But it's on the wall and they spin it. And boy, the end of the night in North Dakota at the bars that have that going, people are having, it is the most electric fun spot to sit at when people are having fun and like hitting on that one because it is a blast betting on the
right.
pigs.
It's more of a carnival game than a
It
casino game.
is.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
just like,
But if
and
you're
it
having
just,
fun, you're having fun.
and
Yeah.
there's like, there's so many people that can be in on it. I think they're
Right.
like the amount of colors. And so people are just putting down their chips like crazy. Like, I'm going 500 in on
Right.
Sue. And they're dropping all their coin. And then they hit and everyone's screaming, going crazy. So that's that's the most fun. So, that one's pig wheel. Obviously it's roulette and everywhere else, but
Okay.
that one is at least a fun one that,
Okay. Well, there you go. There's a little bit about our casino things. Though I will say, Adam's not following his dad's advice sitting at the tables because the longer you sit there, they're
Take
going to
your
get it. They're going to win, man. Yeah, you gotta get out when you've won.
they're
Take their
not
money.
made of marble for nothing.
Right,
That's
exactly.
right.
Exactly. On that note, it's time to drink. I'm going to go first. I've got Old Granddad 114. This is from Kent. Retirement gift. Let's see what we got here. Becca had a very explosive cork pop. Let's see if I get the same thing. Let's see what we got here. Well, very squeaky, but the cork pop itself was rather nice, I'll have to say. Could be enough to win this thing. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We're going to have Adam go next. Adam, what do you got there, man?
I have got a Stolen Wolf single barrel rye that I picked up at ABV Barrel Shop.
Okay, okay. Not enough to take the lead. I'm still sitting with the lead. Justine looks ready to go. We'll have her go next.
I have Buzzard's Roost Char 1 Rye.
Okay, classic. Okay, very bassy. Luke, you can make the call here. Who got that? Me or Justine?
You did.
Okay, okay. I have the lead. But you're next, Luke. What do you got?
I've got Buzzard's Roost Barrel Strength.
Okay. Okay. He did a little cheers to himself there, but not enough of the cork pop. I've got the lead, Becca. You're last but not least.
I've got our 2026 double gold winner here. This was our old Jet Brothers, finished in Chateau Rieu Sec Sauternes barrels for 54 months.
Okay.
And this cork is like partially out, so.
Okay. Well, not enough there, so I capture it. Cheers to me, gang.
Cheers.
Cheers, Steve.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about life behind the scenes. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show. Okay, we're ready whenever you are.
All right, we are, let's see, what are we talking about? Okay.
And you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Steve's new relaxing life.
Yes, we are. So I'm retired, and I retired on July 31st, and that was my last official day of work. I've stayed on for a couple weeks as we record this to help train some new people. We had to get 5 people to replace me, which seems about right, I'd say. And we're training those folks right now. And we're spending 3 weeks working side by side. Either Darren or I are working with them. They're working multiple shifts each week where they're working side by side with us. And then week 4 of August, they will be working together in teams. The idea is, hey, that we won't always have Darren or myself there. Let's have them work by themselves. But again, they do have the benefit of having a partner with them. Maybe if they've missed something, the partner that they're working with has, and it kind of gives some comfort before we cut them loose on September 1st. So on September 1st, they'll be working on their own, although there will be times when they're working shifts with Darren and stuff like that, and I will be totally behind the scenes. My thing is, and I'm going to take like 6 months off where I try not to go in there at all, and the reason for that is I feel like the more I'm there, the more it is, well, Steve's the guy in charge. Darren's running it, but it's really Steve. Or we do an event and it gets ready to kick off. Everybody's looking at me. You kicking this thing off? No, Darren is. He's the guy managing the shop. And I feel like I would be looming too large if I was there. So I feel like in 6 months, everybody will kind of forget about me being running the show, and Darren will be fully entrenched. And then I feel like I can come and be this beloved character who's the chairman emeritus, really, and is working behind the scenes. I do plan on managing behind the scenes. Again, Darren's the people, our team will report to him. He sets their schedule. Day-to-day stuff is him. But each Tuesday, Darren and I are going to meet on Zoom where we're going to kind of go over what's happening this week. What do we need to accomplish? What do we need to be working on and stuff like that. So I'll stay involved in that way. And then the other thing is I'm going to continue to plan and come up with ideas. I've always been the idea driver behind the business. And I got a couple cool new things that we're going to be starting this year. So in October, looking at doing a ice cream and whiskey festival. We've got a lot of great ice creameries in St. Louis, places that make their own ice cream. Some of them are booze infused and stuff like that. And we want to get them there in the speakeasy and do a whiskey and ice cream festival. Again, much smaller than the festivals we typically see in terms of number of participants. We're only going to do like 4, so you don't get over indulged in ice cream or whiskey, and we'll be pairing some of our whiskeys there, and you can try whiskey and ice cream together and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. And then in November, we're looking at doing another new festival too, a little mini festival. Same thing. 4 distributors will be there, and we're calling it the Holiday Spirits Showcase, where things that we don't normally sell, things like flavored whiskeys or eggnogs, bottled eggnogs and stuff like that, the distributors will be there and trying them, and then we'll place an order on Monday. So we'll basically be pre-selling. So I think it's a couple of cool ideas that our team can then manage. We've got the staff now with 6 employees there, Darren, and 5 part-timers that we can do those type of things. Again, they're not going to be as big as our festivals. Those typically have like 12 different vendors and stuff like that. This is going to be just 4, very manageable, but kind of this fun little mini festival thing. So that's kind of what I'm doing behind the scenes, and wanted to see what you guys think of that and the direction that we're going, and what do you think about how I'm handling things, and do you think I can do it too? Just be behind the scenes.
I think the first question that I have would be, are you comfortable with it, first and foremost? Second, I like the off-ramp of this versus just a complete walk away. It gives it a nicer transition for Darren and the new employees. So, and for you too, so the comfort level that it's going to be handled and correctly. So yeah, I think you're on the right track now.
Yeah, I do like the fact that I get to stay involved. I love that store. I just didn't, the idea was I can't be there full time, and I didn't envision a way to do it where I wasn't there full time. Now when things changed with Darren and I thought I can add value to do the things he doesn't want to do. I thought, well, we got a great partnership here. I can do the things he doesn't want to do. He can do the things I don't want to do, and we can work out something that could last a long time, something that works out pretty well. So that's the idea, and hopefully it works out good for everybody, including our new part-time team. I mean, I want to make it the best job in the world. I want to make it like you never think about someone there quitting, because I want to make it fun. So they get a salary and they get to discount on things, and then we want to do special things for them throughout the course of the year. Maybe maybe they have one of those speakeasy cocktail things that they do, like they did the Edgar Allan Poe one. We'll just send everybody to that for a night of fun and stuff like that. We want to do those type of things too, where we make it a really special job, and it is a part-time gig. These are people that weren't looking for jobs, by the way. Not one of them ever asked me if they could come work there. These are retirees mostly that are good customers of the ABV Barrel Shop. They spend a lot of time there. They know our products. They know how we sell. And with the exception of one person who does have a full-time job, the rest of them are retirees. So it's kind of a cool thing. Other questions?
I think that alone there is a huge ad. So one thing that we've noticed is sometimes you can get unbelievably passionate part-time employees that don't want to be full-time, right?
Right.
And that's because you are the fun job.
Right.
It's the place they get to go to have fun, all that stuff. So I think you are absolutely on the right path as far as the store's representation to the customers, right? Because
Right.
if you're not there to be the face and be the representation, uh, you know you're going to have people that are passionate about whiskey, which is, I mean, to me, like whiskey give a shitometer is like the biggest impact of hiring someone that's going to be the face of your store. And I think you nailed it, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it was something that I got to give the warden credit. We sat there and talked about it. And initially, it was, well, we just got to find another Darren, and that's a full time person. We pay a great salary, and but to do two full time people with full time benefits and a retirement program, and that's what we have with Darren. So he's in a good spot to have a career. These other ones we're not offering careers to. We're talking about having a part time job, but again, we want to make it the best part time job in the world. So that's the difference. We thought we couldn't afford two full-time people or two and a half full-time people. If you get someone that, because you almost need two and a half people to really manage the place properly, maybe three, and we just couldn't afford it. But this with the part-time thing, and again with the right people, we're not just hiring anybody. We didn't just open an ad and be like, hey, you want a job, come here and work for us. These are people that love that place, and we want to be like, hey, you've got a spot here now, and you spend money here, hey, opportunity to earn some money towards that, and then you get a discount on what you buy. So I think it's working. I think it's working good. So I'm excited about what the future holds.
100%. And I mean, like the other thing, just from like an operational standpoint, it creates like it sounds bad, but redundancy in the sense that life happens, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
if you got two people and
Correct.
hey, my wife's going into labor and I got to go to the hospital, right? And I don't have anybody to cover the shift. That's
Yeah.
a thing. But you've got five part-timers
Thank
that
you.
are
Yeah.
as
That
passionate.
was
Yeah.
intentionally thought out that way for that reason. We didn't want people that want a job. In fact, in the last 2 weeks, we've got two people that have been, or three people that'll be on vacation for either a week or 2 weeks, and that's okay because that's why we wanted five. Not that we can give enough hours to fulfill five full time people, but these are people that have lives. They want to be able to do things. We're like, hey, that doesn't hold against you. You're not going to be on performance improvement because you decided to take 2 weeks of vacation and we didn't have you there. We're not like that at all. We want you to be able to do the things and enjoy your life, and this is just part of your life. Is what we want to be. Not These aren't, like I said, these aren't jobs. No one's took the working at the ABV Barrel Shop so they can pay their mortgage at the end of the month. We don't want, not that there's anything wrong with that, but we don't need those type of employees. We can't afford it. So we're just a small business. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so that's the plan. What do you think, Becca? What do you?
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right. Hey, yeah. I mean, it doesn't work for us. We crunch the numbers, and we're not a big enough company where if we had two full-time people, we're probably not making money. And then if we added three to really do things right, we're definitely losing money. The warden and we never, this liquor store was added after I wanted to retire at like 55, and that's basically when I started this place. But it was like, hey, this is something I can do with my friend Jim, and we can work this out where it works for both of us in retirement, where we can still do the retire early, but have this place because we're working together. And then when I lost Jim, it was like, things have really changed. I've got to be there full time. I've worked 50, 60 hours a week at the shop besides all the things behind the scenes to run the shop, putting together the events and writing the newsletters and all that kind of stuff. So this is not something that I could continue to do. I knew that. As the lease was up, I knew I couldn't do another 3 years of working like I had. It just it's not my thing. So
I think it's great. I
yeah,
think it's perfect.
I hope so.
Yeah, and hopefully, I think it's going to be great. For a long time, we got to see Steve all the time, all over Kentucky
Right.
and all over like everywhere.
Yeah.
And you've been pretty locked down to.
Yeah.
You've been able, like, you've had to stay put,
Yeah.
which was kind of crazy because like we were seeing you all the time.
Right. And I want to get back to that. That's where I'm happy. I'm happy doing Kentucky. I worked hard my whole life to be able to retire early, and then I was like, oh, now I'm going to own the shop and work there full time in my retirement. No, I want to be able to go to Kentucky and have fun and hang out with my friends. If Luke tells me he's going to Kentucky, I want to drive over and be in Kentucky when he's there and hang out with him. You know, I want to do those things. So, yeah, that's the plan. And as long as this thing works out, and again, we don't even have to make any money. If we're breaking even, if I'm paying my bills at the end of the month and I'm paying my employees, we're fine. Amy and I would do that forever. We don't need to make money off that place. We would keep it open if we're not making any money, just so those people, our team has the jobs. I still have the presence in the bourbon industry. There is help there. It's not like the barrel shop doesn't do anything for me. It does do something for me. It allows me to help my friends out by selling barrels there, and I think it's cool. So if we break even, we're good. We're all happy. So that's the idea. So fun stuff. Well, there you go. On that note, we're going to wrap this one up, as we always do, by talking about where people can find us. Luke, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on LinkedIn and also Santa Fe Boutique Wines on Instagram.
All right, Adam.
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Old Monroe Distilling Co. and drinkoldmonroe.com.
All right, Justine.
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze.
Miss Becca Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Becca Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley across all social media. ABVnetwork.com, that's where we have what's going on with the network, including being able to listen to the shows. ABVBarrelShop.com, everything you need to know about the Barrel Shop. CopperRoadExperiences.com, that's where what's going on with Copper Road and the new company Justine and Matt, Monica, and I have started. And last but not least, Bourbon Sasquatch on YouTube. Becca, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Take care.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.